Da 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 da. Do you want sushi? Well, I do. Yeah. On this week's Name Your Price, I found a good deal on a new restaurant called Sushilicious. If you didn't hear about it yet, it's a pretty new restaurant. I think it started a couple of months ago. It's off of Jeffrey and Irvine Center Drive in Irvine. If you didn't know about the discount, you have to be a UCI student. You have to have your student ID, which I have right here. So how it works is, for all the plates, it's only $2 for any of them. And if you've never been to a revolving sushi restaurant, how it works is there's a conveyor belt that goes around the whole restaurant, and throughout on the conveyor belt there's these little plates about like this big, and there's sushi on them. All different types: California rolls, sashimi, blah blah blah, and they all range from $1 to $4. But being a UCI student and having your ID, they're only $2 each, so it's a really good deal. Throughout this blog, I'll be talking about what I had to eat, how did I like it, and everything, so I'll let you know too. So right here, this is one of the first things I got. It's called the Irrational Exuberant. If you ever had like a dynamite, it's kind of similar to that. As you can see, there's like 4 pieces of sushi, and then they put some scallops on top, and then they bake it. So it's nice and warm on top, but then it's nice and cool because of the sushi on the bottom. So this was definitely one of my favorite ones. As you can see, it is a red plate. So it was $4 normally, but with the discount, it was only $2. Another thing to note too about the restaurant, since I came in around 4 o'clock, it wasn't really busy. So as you can see from the pictures, the conveyor belt was pretty bare. They didn't have a lot of food out, but it was actually a pretty good thing, because the waiter or the waitress, she told me that if I wanted something, all I had to do was just let her know and they'd make it fresh for me. So usually when a restaurant's really busy, the conveyor belt is covered with sushi, but you don't know how long it's been out. But going around like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock when it's not too busy, they were able to make things fresh for you right whenever you wanted it. The downsides to Sushilicious is that the location, since it's not really close to UCI, I feel like a lot of students don't really know about it. It's about 10 to 15 minutes away from the campus, and it's kind of on the outskirts of Irvine. And also, when you're driving on the road, you can't really see it because it's kind of snuck behind a couple of buildings. But you could see it, but the name or the sign for the restaurant's pretty small, so you can't really see it from far away. But definitely, I feel like it's kind of like a hole in the wall. It's definitely worth the price if you have your ID. Yeah, and even if you're not even if you graduate UCI and still have your ID, you can still go there. They just look at your ID, they don't even scan it or anything. It's not like they could. And for dessert, because I had to have dessert, I got tempura style ice cream. You might have heard of like fried ice cream before, but I never really heard of tempura ice cream until I went to Sushilicious. So I got to order that. It was about $3.50 for like an ice cream scoop, but it's cut in half. It was definitely worth it though, because I've never had tempura ice cream anywhere else. And you could choose from, I believe it was mango, vanilla, or green tea. I got the green tea flavor. So my total cost was about $16. But all my plates, they were only $12. But then since I got my dessert, it went to $16. Definitely, I felt like it was pretty expensive for a college student, being about $16 for like a dinner. But you don't have to get 6 plates. It depends on how hungry you are. You could get 1 plate, you could get 10 plates. Not that I've ever done that before, but you could get as much as you want. So thanks for watching this week's post of Name Your Price. If you have any questions or anything, just feel free to comment or email me and let me know too. Thanks, NYP. So now I'm gonna post some pictures if you want to see what I ate, and you can tell me what you think. Thanks. Sushi, hand roll, sushi, more sushi, baked sushi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.